morning, everybody. This is Billy Williams. I'm president of Inspire Nation Business Mentoring. I want to thank you for being on our training today. Today we're going to discuss QR codes. What are they and how can they help you grow your agency? I do want to remind all of our member agents and their staff, as well as any of our pay-per-view trainers, that you must adhere to our $50,000 non-disclosure agreement. Let's look at today's training outline. Today's training, we're going to answer the following question. What is a QR code? How do I create a QR code? Who scans QR codes? Can you show me examples of how I could use QR codes in my business? And how do I track if people are using my QR codes? So first, let's look at what is a QR code. A QR code are those funny looking black boxes that you start to see all over the place. Sometimes they're on buildings, sometimes they're on door fronts, sometimes they're on pamphlets. But that's a QR code, this little square black box that you see here. QR code stands for Quick Response Code. It's an easy and fast way to get a contact cell phone to perform an action. It's basically a hyperlink to a cell phone's functionality. QR code readers are preloaded on most smartphones, but can also be downloaded to a smartphone if you don't have it preloaded. It was created by a Toyota subsidiary in 1994 to be able to read more data than a normal barcode scanner. Let's look at the very first item here. QR code stands for Quick Response Code. What a QR code does is it automatically, just by scanning, it automatically opens up the function of your phone. So if you were trying to go to a website, it would automatically take you to that website. If you were trying to create a text message and you scanned a code that had a pre-written text message, it would automatically open up your text message function on your phone. If you had an email that was pre-written and you scanned it, it would automatically open up the email function of your phone. So there are a lot of different things that you can do, but again, it's for quick response. So what it does is, instead of the person having to sit there and type in or manually take their fingers and punch in the letters and numbers in the www dot, you could scan and it would automatically open up that cell phone's action or that function of that cell phone. That's what a QR code does. And a QR code reader is software that comes preloaded on most smartphones, or that you download to a smartphone, that actually allows you to scan. So when you scan, it automatically takes it and puts it into the function of the phone and opens up whatever that function window is that allows the action to occur for that phone. Let's explain to you how you actually create a QR code. First, you go to the recommended vendors page of our website, inspirenation.org. Click on the link for the QR code creation sites that we have out there. Sign up for a free account. Now, there are two accounts. There's a paid account and there's a free account. The free account allows you to create the QR code box, and I'll show you all this in just a moment. It allows you to create the QR code box that's actually functional. You can track. It'll do everything you're asking it to do. But what it doesn't do is it doesn't track how many contacts are actually scanning. There's no reporting capabilities for the free version. For the paid version, you can now track. You can see how many folks are scanning it, what sites they're going to. So it gives you reports to let you know how your QR code is actually working. And then, of course, number 4, decide what function you want your QR code to perform and type in the necessary information. It is so quick and simple. So let me show you how to actually set up or create your QR code. Okay, the first thing we're going to do when creating our QR code is we're going to go to the recommended vendors page of our website, www.inspirenation.org, and we're going to scroll down on the recommended vendors page until you see the QR code creation sites. Now, as of this training, we are using qrstuff.com. QR Stuff. You can just click on the link right there. It'll take you right to the website. As of this training, of course, as we do more research, as we utilize QR codes more, we may come up with different sites. But for right now, we're using QR Stuff. So if you click on the link, it's going to take you to the qrstuff.com website. Guys, what I'm about to show you is so simple and so easy that there's no reason for you not to use QR codes to help you grow your business. On your QRstuff.com homepage here, you're going to see step 1 is data type. So it asks you, what is it that you want the cell phone's functionality to do? Do you want it to drive it to the website? Do you want it to drive it to Facebook? Do you want to load your contact details in? Do you want to send a text message, email, all that? And we're going to show you some different examples of how you can use it. But for right now, what we're going to do is we're just going to type in www.inspireanation.org, which is, we chose our data type of website. From there, you've got two choices. You can embed the URL into the code as is, or you can use their little short code. The short code, you have to have the subscription. You have to pay for it. And then it tracks and gives you analytics and reports and all that. So for today, we're only going to choose number 1, which is embed URL into code as is. If you wanted to change your color, you could over here. That's step 3. I wouldn't. I would just leave it black and white. That's the easiest way. It's the easiest way for a reader to actually read it. Okay, I'm talking about the actual phone readers on your iPhones or your Android phones is black and white. I wouldn't mess with the colors at all. And then number 4 is output. Here you can print it. You can email it if you wanted to email it to someone else, or you can download it. So for our purpose today, we're just going to download. Just click on the download button. Here it's going to ask me if I want to save or open. I'm going to go ahead and open this so that you can see what it looks like. And there's my QR code. It's already done. Again, I can email this to someone. I can print this to someone, however I want to do it. I'm going to go ahead and save it and edit it a little bit and show you some other things that you can do with your QR code, especially if you're going to create something to go on your logo or your window or something like that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and download it, except now when it opens up, I'm going to say save. I'm going to go ahead and save it. I've got a little file out here that I save it to our IAN documents. We've got a QR code folder. So I'm just going to save this, and I'm going to go test QR code. And we'll leave it at that. Test QR code. And then I'll hit save. So I've saved it. We created our QR code. It's sitting in our file. Now we want to edit it a little bit and maybe put some wording beneath the QR code so that our scanners or readers or people looking at it will know what the QR code actually is supposed to do for them. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click on the QR code. I'm going to right click and I'm going to open with Microsoft Paint. So right here it says open with. I'm going to click on Paint. Now there's my QR code. I'm going to go ahead and expand this out. Now you see this little A, this capital A here for text. I'm going to click there. Decide where I want the text box to go. I want mine to go right beneath here. I'm going to open this up, make this a little bit smaller. Let's go 8. And I'm going to put scan the QR code to instantly visit our website. And I think this is important because if you don't put on here why people or what the purpose of the QR code is, people probably won't scan it. So scan the QR code to instantly visit our website. Let's make that a little bit bigger. Let's bowl that out a little bit, make that a little bit more eye-friendly, I guess we could say. All right, is eye-friendly a word? I'm not really sure. So we've got that out there. Now, of course, I want to save this. So I'm going to come over, File, Save As. I like to save mine as a JPEG. It's a little bit easier for me to work with. And there's a test QR code, and hit Save. Excellent. So now when I go back to my file, you're going to see the actual QR code. Now I've got the QR codes. I've scanned it into my file here. Not scanned, but I've actually saved it as a Paint document. So now because it's a Paint document and I've gone over and I've hit File, Save As, again, save as a JPEG. That's how I usually save them. And I've already saved it once, so I won't save it again. Now let's go in and take a look. Go over back this way to my actual file. And you'll see here, here's the test QR code. So let's go ahead and click there. Let's open that up. And there's my actual QR code. Now at this point I could print this out. I could send this to maybe I put it on a brochure, whatever it is that I want to do with it. I could print it out on a piece of paper and put it on my door if that's what I wanted. This scan is actually ready. It's ready for someone to walk by with their reader right now, point their phone there, and they're instantly going to be taken to my website. Let's take a moment and look at how QR codes are being used in different businesses around the world. You see here we've got some business cards. This has a Facebook. People are putting them on signs, so if you're riding down the street and you see a big billboard, you can put it out there. This was used in an actual boat show postcard that was being sent out so that you could actually book online. There's a guy that, of course, has it on the back of his truck, so to show you want to know about my website. People are using it for forms and documents. I mean, there are a lot of different things you can do. In Japan or in Asia, they're using it a lot. Pretty much everywhere you go, they're everywhere. They're on windows, they're on doors, they're on buildings. They're pretty much everywhere that you want to go. Of course, I think if we saw this, we probably would scan it, guys, and just kind of get an idea of what's happening. Of course, it was originally designed for products and different things that happen out there. Of course, business cards. A lot of people are putting it on their business cards so that you don't have to type their information or their contact information. It really is limitless what you can use QR codes for. Remember, you're opening up the functionality of a phone. Again, you can put it on your business card, a lot of different things you can do. What about if you're out, maybe your building, your storefront? You can put, like this picture, the QR code out there so people will scan it. And you can take them to anything. You can use it for referrals. You can use it for contests. You can use it to find out particular information about a subject, or life insurance, or cancer, accident policies, health insurance. It doesn't really matter. Of course, you can use it for the typical, add it to Facebook, like us on Facebook, or different things like that. It's limitless what you can use QR codes for. Let's get an idea of some of the ways you can use QR codes. You can use them for your website URL. It quickly takes contacts to a website. You can use it for online quotes and forms. It allows your contact to quickly fill out a quote or download a needed form. You can use it for permission to contact forms, email, text messages, YouTube videos, Google Maps, Google reviews, business cards, postcards, or flyers. So you can make it easy for your contact to visit your website if you mail out something. What about promotional products like t-shirts, coffee mugs, keychains? Your telephone number. You can make it easy for a contact to place a call to your business simply by scanning. Text message. You can pre-write a text message. I'm going to do that here in a second. You can pre-write a text message that the contact can send to you. Email message. Contact cards. Guys, these are huge. This is why they're going on the back of business cards, because people are realizing that for me to sit there and type in my phone, your name, your address, phone number, email, all that kind of stuff, a lot of times it doesn't happen because it's too much work. Whereas if I could just scan that QR code, have my contact screen actually open with all of your information pre-filled, people are okay with that. So contact cards are huge. What about an event? Maybe you've got an open house or something coming up and you want people to remember that. They can scan the QR code. It will open up their calendar on their phone, and all they have to do at that point is put in whatever little notes they want to make or just hit save, and it will save that event. Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, a lot of different ways you can use these QR codes. Before we talk about what type of person actually scans the QR codes, let me go in and show you some examples of how easy it is to set up a QR code. I'm going to go ahead and set up an actual contact card. So here where it says data type on my qrstuff.com, I'm going to click where it says contact details. Then I'm going to put my contact details. So I'm going to put Billy, last name Williams. I've typed in all my information. I'm picking a V card. There's my title, phone numbers, address, email, everything. Now down here you've got two choices. You can link to a VCF file for download. What that means is when they come over and they actually scan, or they actually scan your QR code, it's actually going to ask them, do you want to download the contact information, and then it will go into their contact history. Or you can come over and you can click embed vCard data in QR code. Here's the difference. Let me show you. If I go with a link to VCF card, see how there's space over here? There's these three big boxes, which are really the key to reading a QR code, how big they are, this is a little bit easier for a scanner to read. As you add more data, those areas fill in. So let me click here and come back up and show you. Now notice those boxes are smaller and there's a lot more data, because every time I add information, there's a lot more data. So here's the trick to this. If you're going to put a lot of data into a QR code box, your QR code box needs to be big. You need to print it like a 8.5 by 11 or something like that. It needs to be a really nice size, because there's so much data that's squeezed into this little bitty area. If you're not going to use a lot of data and you want people to just be able to link here, then notice again the box cleans up a little bit. So I want to show you one more time, because I really want you guys to get this. See how big these three squares are here. This is the key. These three boxes are the key to reading a QR code for a QR code reader. And all this little stuff in the middle is data. So if you click link to, you're not going to have a lot of data. It's not instantly going to open up their contacts. It's actually going to ask them to click on another link, and then it'll say, do you want to add this to your phone? And you can. If you click on embed, now all of your data is right there, and it opens up the contact screen of your phone and just says, do you want to add contact? And you hit save. So again, if you are going to create a small QR code, maybe you're going to put it on a keychain or a coffee mug, go ahead and let them link. If you're going to create a big QR code box and you're going to put it on your window or your door, and it's going to have a really nice size to it, then you can go ahead and put all this extra data, because it's easy for it to read. It's completely up to you how you want to do it. So what type of person actually scans QR codes? Well, younger smartphone users, you know, those folks between 18 and 30, they tend to use QR codes a lot more. More technology advanced professionals use it a lot more. More educated use it a lot more. Women more than men currently use QR codes more, or women use it more than men. Higher income earners among older smartphone users. So maybe the 50 to 60 crowd, those folks that maybe make a little bit more money, but those higher income earners tend to use it if you're in that 50 to 60 age group. And then of course the Asian and European community uses it a whole lot more right now than a lot of the communities within the United States. And that's because it was created. You know, Toyota created it, and then it spread throughout the European continent or European community. So you'll find them a lot more Asian and European communities use QR codes. But guess what, guys? Everybody's starting to use them. It doesn't matter. I went to the zoo the other day, and they had a whole tour. I live in Chicago, so I went to the Chicago Zoo over here, and they had a whole tour of nothing but beetles and bugs and all this stuff, and you had to scan the QR code to learn about that particular bug. It would take you to a website. You scan the QR code, it would take you to a website that explained that bug. Then you went to the next bug and you scanned the QR code, and it would take you to another website that explained the new bug that you're looking at. So again, a lot of people are using QR codes, and a lot of companies are using QR codes. So I've got some QR code homework for you. I want you to create the following QR codes for your agency, okay? And we want to create an 8x10 door hanging and put it somewhere in your office or on your agency door that visitors can see and easily scan into their phones. I want you to create a contact detail card, a Facebook, like me on my Facebook, and then LinkedIn if you've got a LinkedIn profile out there. And I'm going to walk you through now and show you how to do all three of those one more time, but then your homework is I want you to do those as well. The contacts detail card I just showed you how to create. You click on the contact details and go in and fill out your information. Again, I suggest right at first that you just have it where it says link to VCF file for download, and then you go ahead and do everything we showed you earlier about saving it and putting your wording at the bottom saying click here to download my contact. So now the next one that I want to do is I want to show you Facebook. So we're going to click on over here, and Facebook is this simple. You can do a Facebook profile or you can do a Facebook like. So if you say like us on Facebook, you click right here and then you put your Facebook URL. In my particular case, it's www.facebook.com/inspire a nation business mentoring. For the page title, this is the actual title of the page. So if you have a referrals page, a testimonials page on your Facebook, this is what you would put. So let me put testimonials here. And now when they actually scan this, it'll open up in their scanner and it'll say click here to like us on Facebook, and then it will say visit our testimonials page or visit our referral page, whatever you want to have there. So it's that simple to do, guys. QR codes are up and coming technology. You're going to see them more and more and more, and I want you to be ahead of the game in the insurance industry. So go out, do your homework. Remember, create one for your contact information, one for your Facebook, and one for your LinkedIn. So the final thing I'm going to show you here is LinkedIn. So let me click over here, and it's the same way. You're going to go in with your LinkedIn profile if that's what you want them to read, or if you wanted a LinkedIn share, maybe you wanted them to share something that you had written on LinkedIn. So here we're going to go LinkedIn profile, and you would type in your information there, and it's the same way. So that's your homework. vCard, Facebook, LinkedIn if you have it. If you have any questions at all, you guys know what to do. Email us at info@inspireanation.org. Today's training again was on QR codes. What are they and how can they help you grow your agency? This is Billy Williams, president of Inspire Nation Business Mentoring. Thank you for taking the time out of your day for allowing us to be a part of your success team.